Hey guys, welcome to episode number 13 of my horror game tutorial series. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to lock the doors and also how to unlock them when you pick up a key. So let me show you what we will end up with after the end of the tutorial. So if I go to the door and press E, you can see nothing happens. So if I walk over to this table, you can see there's a key, and if I look at it, the hand will appear, which shows me that I can interact with the key, and if I press E, the key disappears. And now if I go back to the door and press E, it opens up and also closes again when I close it. So yeah, I will see you in just a second. Hey guys, so now we're inside the inside of Unity where we left off. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to import the key, the graphics of the key, so a little key model I made. Again, I provided it to you, and it's within the horror game tutorial series folder. Just open it up, go to the models folder and grab the key.fbx. Drag it into your Unity folder and drag it into your assets right here. And here you can see we have the key. So what we're going to do, we're going to drag it into the imported folder. We're going to create a new folder inside of the imported folder and call it key and drag it in because we want to keep everything organized. And then what we're going to do is we drag in the key into the scene view and have a look at it. So as you can see, it's a simple key model I made in Blender. The first thing we are going to do is, of course, we're going to scale it down because as you can see, this is way too big. So let's try out 0.1 and apply. And as you can see, the key is now a lot smaller. Perhaps we can make it even smaller, just a little bit. So, oops, wanted to make, so yeah, around here. It seems about right. Then we grab the key and let's put it on the table for now. So bring it up here, and then you can change to the rotate tool up here and rotate it around 90 degrees. Bring it down. So now the next thing we are going to do is we are adding a collider so that we can interact with the key. So the first thing we do is we go to add component and then type in box collider. You can see this box collider is way too big, so let's just shrink it down. So 0.4 on the Y, let's say 0.2, and on the Z 0.1, and then you can play around with the center. So I want to keep this as 0. Bring the Z up a little bit to like, that's way too high. So around here. And then I want to lay it on the ground. Okay, perhaps bring it a little bit. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is we go up here to the layer and change it to the interactable layer. And then yes, change children. And if we go into the play mode now and go over here, you can see that we already get the hand to appear. But we still can't interact. with the key because there's no logic on the key itself. So now we have to cover this. So of course we're going to write a script. So we go in our scripts folder, right click, and we're going to create a new C# script, which we're going to call key. Then before we forget it, we drag the key script onto the key object right here, and then double click it. I mean the script. And then we wait for Visual Studio to open up, as always. So what are we going to do with this key? We have to think about it a little bit. So of course we're going to use the key to unlock this door, or to unlock any door for right? So if we pick up the key, we want to open up the corresponding door. So let's say this is the key of this door. Then we want to unlock this door. So how are we going to lock it? We go into the door script, and we're going to say in the door script, so we are going to make a new variable in the door script, which is going to be a public boolean. Which is going to be a public boolean, and this boolean is called is locked, and we are setting it to true by default, or no, let's put it to false, and then right here where we say change door state, we only want this to happen if is locked is not equal to true, because yeah, we don't want to open the door if it's locked. Then I put it inside of this, and else, oh no, wait, we can do this later, or I give it to you as homework. Yeah, so if this boolean says is locked, so if this is true, then the door won't open up. So let's test this out. We go to this door. I think this is door 1. Yes, it is. So right here we said is locked to true. Then we go into the play mode, and if I look at the door and press E, you can hear that the sound of the door opening still plays, which we're going to fix in just a second, but the door doesn't open up. So we successfully locked the door. So let's go back into our door script, and let's say, right here, the if audio source equals is not equal to null, then we play the opening sound. We're going to grab this and press Ctrl X to cut the code, and then we're going to paste it in. So now the sound will only play if is locked is equal to false. Oops. So now if you test it out again, and I press E, you can see nothing happens. So now that we have this in place, we go to our key, and first we want to have a public door. So this variable is a reference to the door script right here. So we're going to call this my door, and then we don't need update and start. We need a public void unlock door This is a public void because we're going to call this script in our interact script when we pick up or when we interact with the key. So when we do this, so when we call this unlock door, then we are going to say my door dot is locked is equal to false, and then we are going to save. And right now we can't test it out because we still have to go into the interact script. So in here we have this little loop here, not loop, we have this little if statement which asks if we press the interact button, and right here we say if hit collider.compare tag is equal to door. So if the compare tag is a door, then we're going to execute this code, and in the same way we're going to do the same thing with the key. So else, so if the thing we hit is not a door, so it's else if actually. So else if hit dot collider dot compare tag is equal to key this time. So if the tag is key, then we want to say hit dot collider dot get component key, and then of course we're going to call unlock door and semicolon and save. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go back into the scene editor, and if I click on the key right here in the hierarchy, you can see that the key now wants a door. So let's start by locking this door. So we go back to the key, click here, and now you can see, because we are looking only for the door script, we only see objects with the door script attached to them in this little menu. So this is the key for door 1. So I double click on this, and now just to show you, door 1 is still locked. So now if I go into the play mode, go over here to the key and press E. Oh yeah, right here we got an error, and this error says Unity exception tag key is not defined. We already got this error when we did the interaction script with the door. We have to define the tag key. So now I go to the key, and here tags, I'm going to add the tag, click on this little plus icon, and then type in key, press enter, then go back to the key and tag it as a key. So now the game knows that this is actually a key. So now if I go over there and press E, go back to the store, press E, you can see the door opens up, and I can also close it again. So there's still a few things I want to change. First of all, I want this key to disappear. So I go back into the key script, and right after it says my door is locked is equal to false, I want also to destroy this game object. So I say destroy game object. Make sure that this game object with a lowercase g, because then this game object keyword right here is a reference to the object this is attached to. So that basically means destroy myself. Yeah, that's all it does. So it's destroy myself, and with destroy it means delete. So the key is going to delete itself after we picked it up. So we're going to try this out. Go over here, press E. The key disappeared. And the door opens. So everything works. And now the last thing we're going to do is we go into we didn't do make the folder yet. So we right click and we're going to create a new folder, and this folder is going to be called prefabs. And then we're going to go to this key. First, make sure that you select none, so that there's no door inside of this key. And then we're going to drag this key from the hierarchy into the prefabs folder. And what this has done, it turned the key right here into a prefab, and this allows us to just drag the prefab right here in the scene view. And just let me put a few keys here. And now you can see it's the key is already set up. So it has the box collider, it has the right layer, it has the right tag, and it has a key script. The only thing you have to do is you have to put in a door into this door slot. Yeah, so now you can reuse this key as much as you want. And for some reason I still can't select this key. I have no idea why. Okay. So now you just have to put in a door individually, and make sure that you don't press apply when you have a door in this slot, because if I would do so, then every key would by default be the key for this door, and we don't want this. So we have it empty inside of this prefabs folder. Okay, so there's one last thing. There's a little homework for you. I want you, actually there are two homeworks. The first homework is I want you to let the key play a little sound when the key is picked up. Again, in the horror game tutorial series folder, in the sounds, you can find the key pickup sound. You can use this. And right under the key pickup sound, there's the lock doorknob jiggle, because this is your second homework. I want you to call, in the door script, I want you to call a new method, so you have to make a new void. And I want you to call this void play lock door sound. And I want you to play the sound effect that I just showed you whenever the door is locked and I try to interact with the door. So the player knows that the door is locked and he first has to find a key. So yeah, that's everything for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you have any further questions, just leave them in the comment section below. I will answer as soon as I see them. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. Also, please leave a like. And yeah, that's about it. So until next time, bye guys.